Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another F1 League Hub race. Today you join me in Canada. We are currently watching Sonar, the circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, or as I like to call it, the Chicane Grand Prix. And we're just jumping into the qualifying session now, so hopefully we can get ready and have a very exciting race this evening. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, so it looks like Harry Biz is going out on the Ultra Soft in his Renault. But anyway, we are in the qualifying session, and let's get ready for a brilliant race. So Sonar is leading the grid so far, and you can see the mirage of the ground in the background there. He's coming down towards Wall of Champions, and he's gonna cross the line now to start his flying lap. So let's get right into this session. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to commentate next week because I am in Ireland. Anyway, we're just currently going through turn 10 now. Just an 14 corner circuit. We're going down at the back straight towards turn 13. Of course, to maybe even 3 DRS zones if that is included. But Sonar is currently in the pits, and Prince Killer setting the fastest lap there with a 1:12.56. The lap record is Rubens Barrichello in 2004 with a 1:13.6. Everybody's is going to top that though with a 1:10.125. Brumdino is going to top that though with a 1:9.3. I'm not sure if the third DRS detection zone has been included this time. Yeah, they have. That is between turns 7 and 8. So let's see who's next to come towards the line. This is Simsy Danger dominating so far after a very unlucky last 2 races though. He's coming out of turn 14. Got to avoid Wall of Champions, and he's going to cross the line and set no lap because that was just an out lap. There's Brumadinho, they're still on top. Bushra with a 1:10.8, and now 0.08. Fratty topping that though with a 1:9. So only 2 drivers to make it past the 1:10 barrier. 5 drivers yet to start. Only 5 drivers have set lap times. There's yellow flags in sector 3. Not too sure why that is. Now we've just got to find someone else on their lap. Of course, a good lap time here is around the 1:10 or below the 1:10s. This is Simsy Danger then on his out lap. He's going towards the hairpin. He's going to take a bit of a very late yeah, and that's turn 11. Turn 12 is just a slight right hand kick. Those 2 turns are a bit weird there. They're not really turns in my opinion. But anyway, he's going to head down towards that. Scuderia said though, blasting it around the track with a 1:08.5. There's yellow flags in sector 2, but here comes Sims Danger to cross the line, and he's going to set the second fastest lap with a 1:08.8. So Scuderia Seb has held on to the top step or pole position just now. There's only an elevation change around the circuit of about 5 meters, so pretty level as this circuit is based on an island. Now we're going to go further down the grid. Lots of drivers being able to set lap times now. Sonar, of course, on his out lap. This is Spaghetti Crazy Crumpet. Spaghetti Chips in the pits. Doesn't appear to be anyone on there fast. That's actually, no, Paul James and Sonar are both on their fast laps. Paul James, though, slowest in the session so far. This is Sonar, though. He's on an out lap. Oh, not on an out lap, on a fast lap. Hot lap, even. We're going to ride on board for now. He's going towards turn 8, I believe, followed straight by turn 9. He's going quite slow through there. So his ERS turned up to full now, down towards the hairpin of turn 10. Got to brake as late as you can there, taking a bit of a narrow line through that and going slightly wide around the hairpin. But anyway, going through turn 11, then 12. On towards the pit straight. Towards the pit lane, rather. And he's going to go into the pit lane. There's yellow flags in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Yellow flags in Sector 3. I think that was just Prince going into the barrier. Some potential front wing damage for him there, unfortunately. Joseph Burns yet to try and settle out. Brumadinho on a hot lap though. Moving down towards turn 6 and through turn 7. Looking forward to the race tonight. Scooter SF still has provisional pole. The race distance tonight will be about 152 kilometers with around 35 laps. Jompa Plainen also breaking the 1 minute 9s. He has 1 minute 8.9, so only just though. And Brumadinho is going to come across the line, see if he can improve. And he does improve up to second position, so he's taken second position off Simsy Danger, and that means he's on the front row. And there goes a Red Bull, and he's going to sneak down the inside. Spaghetti Chips currently slowest in the session. And they're having a bit of a bad outlap. And this is Sonar on his outlap. He's got ERS up to full, which is relatively strange. Sims Danger staying in the pit lane, not yet looking like he's going out on a lap. And I think Scooter Seb is going into the pit lane now. Oh no, he's going to keep going. But it's not going to be to any avail. A bit of a glitch going on with these sounds as per usual, which is something Codemasters really need to sort out. FLH Crazy Crumpet doing very well there with a 1 minute 9.1, so he's doing quite well, better than he usually does. Let's get into the last half of the qualifying session though. Sonar and Joseph Burns still yet to set laps. Scooter Seb setting the fastest lap, increasing his lead with a 1 minute 8.3, so he's very pacey tonight. Clipping the grass. This is Joseph Burns, and Sonar, I believe, setting his lap there with a 1 minute 10.05. He is just over 3 hundredths of a second in front of Wolfsburg. Of course, a big controversy between Walshabert and Fretti after the Monaco Grand Prix. Joseph Burns currently on his hot lap. Just trying to fix the sound glitch. Joseph Burns then going down towards the wall of champions, hitting almost over 200 miles per hour on the straight there. Out of the exit, and he's going to come across the line. But it's going to be an invalidated lap. Not too much going on the circuit. There's yellow flags in sector 1, as I say that though. Doesn't look like it. I think Dropia may be able to join for the end of the session, but it's going to be a... So if we're lucky, we'll have a 14-man grid. Since the NGO taking provisional pole there with a 1 minute 8.0, I don't think we're going to see a 1 minute 7 today, as Sonar out of the session in sector 3. Just trying to work out where he's crashed. He may not have crashed though, because I can't see him anywhere. But this is Joseph Burns. Hopefully he's set a hot lap now. And he's going to move up into 9th position, so that's quite a good lap from him there. Is Scuderia Seb going to try and reclaim pole position? It doesn't look like it. That sound glitch is so annoying. This is Prince Skiller currently in last position. Of course, Drop Your will start at the back. Also, Short hasn't joined the session, so hopefully we may even have 15 people for the start of the race. The US Grand Prix tonight, and that is Drop Your joining, so hopefully we'll have at least 14 people. I'm just sorting out that I need to put myself into a party. Forgot about that. Anyway, we joined the session. Prince Killers obviously slow down. Spaghetti Chips, he's only been able to set up 1 minute at 9 so far, and that is no one out of the session. Sorry, I thought someone had gone out of the session. Well, that is Spaghetti Chips straight in the barrier, and he's retiring from the session then. Unfortunately, he's going to start second last. And no, he's not going to be able to get there. There's Sector 1 and Sector 3. I don't know what's going on with Spaghetti Chips there. but he just can't get a grip, which is really not very good. Yeah, he's retired from the session. That's his teammate then, doing very well so far. Flags in Sector 1 and Sector 3 and Sector 2. This is Prince looking to see if he can improve since danger in the dirty air of Brumadinho. Coming towards the end of the qualifying session now, and the build up to the race is about to get started. Brumadinho then in third position. Will he improve? No, this isn't out lap. May he improve next lap though? Just 20 seconds left of qualifying. There goes Brumadinho. Yellow flags in Sector 1, can't be anything too important, I don't think. And in towards turn 10. Followed very quickly by turns 11 and 12. And he's already out of the complex. That is the checkered flag. Hopefully we won't have any controversy regarding the checkered flag like they did in real life during the actual Grand Prix. We're going to join on board the Ferrari of Brum. No, we're not, because that sounds really annoying. But we're going to cross the line, and Brumadinho is going to not be able to improve. Seems danger not improving. Here comes Scuderia, and he's taken provisional pole position with a 1:07 as jumper out of the session. Yellow flags in Sector 3. Fretty jumping up into third position very fast there. Prince clearly giving up on his lap. So all we have to wait for is Crazy Crumpet. He's going to cross the line, and he's going to stay in sixth position. Very good qualifying session there then. Hopefully we can get straight into the race in just a few moments' time. Those are the qualifying positions at Scuderia Seb, followed by Simsy Danger, Fretty, Brumadinho, Yomper, Crazy Crumpet, Wolfstrabert, Harry Blues, Joseph Burns, Sonar, Paul James, Prince Collette and Spaghetti Chips, rounding off the grid. Now then, jumping into the race, we're going to have our parade lap. Forgotten its name for a second. Formation lap, that's the one. Before we actually start tonight. Apparently have Valtteri Bottas racing tonight. I can see that on the grid wall, along with Paul James number 9. can see a Hypersoft there in the corner of Paul James's pit box. Front wing at the ready for Ferrari. Hopefully that won't be necessary, and for Red Bull, but no front wing at the ready for Paul James. Is just waiting on a few drivers now. There we go, and we are just straight into the formation lap. We're gonna get our stuff ready. Short has joined just out of time. That's very unfortunate. Green flags will go. Scooter is but leading the grid now. A good start could be quite important here because the chicanes are quite tight and it's quite hard to make any moves through them. Now then, you can see the drivers wiggling around. Now then, coming through the final turn, the drivers are going to form up on their grid slots. Here we go. Freddie has left the session. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. Held for 20 seconds there then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Canada, and away we go. Very short hold by the lights there. We're going to drop down the grid, and Sims Danger gets the jump straight on Scooter itself. We've got a lovely camera angle. You see the Toro Rosso flying past the Mercedes, and there is a ghosting Haas, but it gets past Brumadinho as Brumadinho batters to get past him. Now Mulchberg receiving very high pressure from Crazy Crumpet. Crazy Crumpet not having a great start there, as he goes for the dive down the inside. As front left lock up from the Haas. He's going to go for the switchback maneuver on the exit of the chicane, but it's not going to work. Spaghetti Chips having quite a good start there after an unfortunate qualifying, but we may see some kind of move in towards the hairpin. There goes Harry Breeze down the inside of Yomba, and there goes Wolfsburg down the inside of Yomba. Wolfsburg could make up some positions here. They're going to be side by side down the straight. Of course, no DRS just yet. Can't see who's ahead. Jumper is dropping down, and it looks like, yeah, the position has been made. And there goes the Red Bull, and that is Jumper going straight into the pit lane. And there goes the Red Bull. So now overtaking Crazy Crumpet. Spaghetti Chips are now up 5 positions to start a race. Crazy Crumpet receiving pressure from his teammate. Hopefully there's no conditions here. Of course, Spaghetti Chips starting on the super soft, not having to start on the tyre he qualified on. Seeing as he did not make it into the top lane, he's so much down there by Crazy Crumpet, letting Crazy Crumpet straight through. Here comes Joseph Burns on Spaghetti Chips. He's going to go down the inside. There's going to be a bit of wheel contact, and Joseph Burns is going to get him on the exit. Spaghetti Chips having an absolutely atrocious race tonight. Very unfortunate for him. His driving just not being able to cope with the race. Now Harry Breeze is at 4 positions as well as Spaghetti. Spaghetti Chips, though, is not giving up that position to Joseph Burns quite yet. He's going to go down the inside on the hairpin. See his car through here, and he's made the overtake on the Red Bull. The Red Bull's going to try and get a better exit. No, but it looks like Spaghetti Chips has got the overtake done and dusted. But with the slipstream and ERS, They're both using the same amount of ERS. They're going to be side by side down towards Wall of Champions, and Spaghetti Chips keeps that position. The Red Bull being a bit cautious there. Sims Danger, no, Scooter S3A setting the fastest lap so far. Drop you though, going down the inside of Joseph Burns into turn 1. It's going to be very close. They're going to stay side by side. Could the switchback maneuver happen here? No, they're just backed off too much by the Red Bull. Maybe into the next turn we might see some action. Here we go. Force India dropping back quite a bit there, unfortunately. But hopefully that's not too bad for him right now. He's got to regain some time. Though further down, Fretty is gaining on Prince Killer. They're going to go side by side. And it looks like he has made the position. Now we need to go back to Joseph Burns, see if he can make up position. But now he has got Dropia coming up behind him. Hello, I've seen you love Scooter Rear, but Joseph Burns gaining on Spaghetti Chips. This battle not over just yet. Already on lap 4, those laps have flown by. Scooter Rear said still close to Sims Danger. Joseph Burns not finding any room there on the inside of Spaghetti Chips. Potentially getting a better exit, but this is Dropia now. Could he capitalise on the battle in front of him? Obviously starting from the back of the grid, he's up 4 positions. Spaghetti Chips is up 5 positions since the start of the Grand Prix, so he's doing very well this evening after his qualifying session. Bit of a lock up there from Dropia, but he is gaining on the Red Bull. And Dropia not finding just enough room there to make an overtake, but he is still getting very close. And this could be the move. Going to get a good high up angle here. And he's going to go for the switchback maneuver. And he's not going to have the exit, so he's going to try and get into the slipstream of the Red Bull. Will he be able to make it past? He's going to go to the outside into turn 13. They're going to be side by side. No, Dropia has made the overtake there. And now Sonar has got Dropia in his rear sights. Dropia receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But further up the grid, Spaghetti Chips trying to go down the inside of Sonar, and Spaghetti Chips has made the overtake. Now he's got his teammate back in his sights. Though Sonar is not giving up. He's staying well within it. He's keeping Spaghetti Chips well within his reach. Obviously he has the softer tyres. Spaghetti Chips, they're just pulling away. Even with his... Now this battle though, Dropia gaining on Sonar, Joseph Burns gaining on Dropia, and Fretty gaining on Joseph Burns. So it's quite a big battle going on right now. Up the grid, Scooter S3A is gaining on Simsy. These two, I'm afraid we're going to have to miss that battle as Dropia overtakes Sonar, because the battle for the lead could be quite important. FLH Crazy Crumpet overtaking Brumadinho. That's because Brumadinho is finally pitting. It's too much going on in the track, and there goes the house, keeping Joseph Burns behind him. Crazy Crumpet receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that may mean he lets him through. And that's Simpson Danger making an overtake on Spaghetti Chips. So sorry I missed that. Too busy looking at the other stuff on the track. And Scooter S3A has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. But Simsy is not giving that back. We have DRS now. And through the DRS zone, detection zone, and towards DRS, Simsy Danger will have DRS. He's going to activate it now. And on the straight, he's gaining quite rapidly on Scooter S3A. 204 miles per hour into the braking zone, and they're going to both go into the pit lane. They're going to go side by side, and and it looks like Simsy Danger has got into the pit lane now. I'm not sure if that was really allowed there. Very dodgy. That was very dangerous, going side by side into the pit lane. Of course, sometimes the racing driver's got to do what he has to do to be done. Do what's got to be done. And that is Fretty locking up a bit into the final turn. And locking up again, so maybe those hypersofts getting a bit too worn. There's yellow flags in sector 1. And you can see it's Simsy Danger hitting the barrier as Sonar is getting close behind him. Simsy Danger caught up in traffic after his pit stop. He's going to try and reclaim his position at the front, but it might take quite some laps now with all these cars, because he's got Joseph Burns and Sonar battling behind him, and he's gaining on Fretty, who's not too far off Dropia. And there goes Joseph Burns on the inside of Sonar, and he's going to ease off and not go too aggressive there, because they are teammates after all. There's yellow flags, and I think Prince Killer has crashed. Yeah, and that's his whole front wing gone. But now we're going to jump back up to the action, and that is Sonar defending the inside against Joseph Burns. But now Scooter Sepp has caught up in this mess as well, and Brumadinho is behind him. So this is where Simsy Danger could build up a lead, because he has got the room. And now we can see this from the Scooter's POV. He's going to have to protect himself, going to be defensive on the braking, and Joseph Burns going right past Sonar, but Sonar's going to get a much better exit. So is Scooter Sepp. Scooter Sepp goes up the inside of both of them. Here we go into the first turn, and it looks like Sonar's been overtaken, and now Scooter Sepp making a double overtaken towards the first turn. There's going to be contact between the Red Bull and the Williams, but Sonar does keep it ahead. Joseph Burns not willing to give up that position easily though. It's a 5 seconds penalty for Prince Killer. Simsy Danger now gaining on Dropia. Harry Blues receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But now Simsy Danger goes down the outside of the Force India, and he's got it, of course, having the inside on the second part of the chicane. There are many chicanes here. There goes Spaghetti Chips past Sonar, and now Spaghetti Chips has Brumadinho lined up in his sights. Spaghetti Chips yet to pit yet, because he has got the Super Softs on. And he's going to go in the inside towards the chicane, and he's got that overtake done quite easily there. Of course, Brumadinho is a stop ahead though. Dropia though not giving up on Simsy Danger. He wants to reclaim that position. Of course, Simsy Danger is a pit stop ahead. That doesn't mean he can't battle him. Simsy Danger is ahead of. It's a bit confusing there. Dropia on old Super Softs. Lots of drama within these first 9 laps already. I haven't had a chance to take a breather. I think things might settle down though, with Brumadinho still getting close to Spaghetti Chips, and there's yellow flags in sector 3. Prince Killer retiring from the session. Don't know where he's crashed there. Ah, and that is Crazy Crumpet tapping the grass. Yellow flags. I'm not sure where Prince Killer's crashed. Of course, he's already had that incident, and there he was on the left there. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think he's been a bit struggling for grip around this track. Not doing too well, but here comes Brumadinho gaining on Spaghetti Chips. DRS very effective on this track, but they're already in the braking zone, and he's not been able to gain anything of it, although he is gaining time through the turn, even with the dirty air. DRS against Spaghetti Chips is going to move very defensively to the inside towards turn 1. Very heavy braking zone, and it's quite a hard, tight turn, and it's very hard to get a perfect line through there. And it looks like Spaghetti Chips has defended from that threat for now, but Scooter Sepp now gaining on Dropia, and you can see Simsy Danger. So Simsy Danger not being able to increase the gap too much with the traffic, and there goes Scooter Sepp around the outside of Dropia. Dropia not willing to battle too much there, I don't think, because he knows that it's not really proper track position. You can see him going in the background there. Brumadinho is still gaining on Spaghetti Chips, so we might see something pan out along the back straight here. Heavy braking towards turn 10, already lapped 10 out of 35, we're almost a third of the way through the race. And I haven't stopped speaking. Even with only 13 drivers left, this Grand Prix providing lots of entertainment. DRS enabled slipstream and ERS, although his ERS is almost empty. Yeah, and you can see it running out in the bottom right there, and there's nothing to be made from that there. Brumadinho just has run out of ERS. Although Spaghetti Chips has still got lots left, so just not being conservative enough there, and he's not going to be able to gain anything. Well, I think it's quite easy to regain ERS around this track. Now Wolstrabert is joining in the fight. Spaghetti Chips will have to pit at some point. Harry Blues is yet to pit as well. This is what the battle looks like ahead of him for Wolstrabert. Wolstrabert going to be very close. He's getting quite a lot on Brumadinho through that braking zone. Philip Hogston leaving the session. And there goes Brumadinho down the inside. Oh, and there's a collision between Spaghetti Chips and Brumadinho. And Spaghetti Chips, I believe, maybe having front wing damage there. It's highly unfortunate. And it looks like Brumadinho has come out pretty much unscathed. Although there looks like, yeah, front wing damage there. It's his double front lockup. Spaghetti Chips is going to have to let his teammate past, I think. Although there goes Fretty nearly colliding. And this is what he can see. The two teammates on the straight, they're kind of blocking it up. He can't find anywhere through, and Spaghetti Chips, I believe, is going to try and get to the inside at some point, because he's definitely going to have to pit. And here comes Fretty around the outside, and he's not going to create any position. And Spaghetti Chips not pitting, so I think he can stretch the super softs a bit further, maybe not actually having any front wing damage. I know Brumadinho did though, but he is carrying on, soldiering on. Yeah, you can see on the front left of his wing there's quite heavy damage. See how that affects him now. Receiving another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Scooter is said though gaining on Simsy Danger. This is the battle that we need to watch right now, because this is the battle for the net lead of the race once Harry Blues pits. So Harry Blues may get caught up in all of this, and that may work in Scooter Sev's favour or Simsy Danger's favour, depending on if he lets Simsy Danger through and holds up Scooter Sev, or vice versa. And there goes Simsy Danger on the straight, which means that was an easy overtake. Now Scooter Sev, oh no, there goes the Harry Blues into the pit lane. Now Scooter Sev has free track ahead of him towards Simsy Danger. Well, that is quite a large gap now after the two straights. He's gained a lot of time in the first turn. This slight kick of oversteer, I think, there from the Williams. Speaking of the Williams, I saw a Williams painted camper van the other day. Just thought I'd let you know. But anyway, coming towards the not final stage, just halfway point of the race now. Almost there, just a few laps to go, and we will be there. The Williams ferocious, relentless in his attack on Simsy Danger. On the straight, this is where we might see something if Scooter Sev can decrease the gap, although it is a half a second gap. Wolstrabert overtaking Joseph Burns there, and that is not gonna happen just yet. And there he goes, Scooter Sev down the inside to take the lead of the Grand Prix. He's gone wide though, and Simsy Danger is going to try and defend around the outside. Joseph Burns 3-second time back there, and there's contact between the top two, and Scooter Sev tapping again. They're going to have to be very, very careful, and Simsy Danger is just about going to defend the front position for now. That could have gone very badly. That could have ended up like Spaghetti Chips and Brumadinho. Luckily it didn't, and we can continue racing. That is not the camera we want though, because we cannot see what's going in front, and that's what we really want. Although you can see the rear wheels, I suppose, if you like that. If you're just tuning in, we have had an epic race so far. Don't forget to share the word and like the stream. Scooter said they're still gaining on Simsy, but not at such a rate as he was earlier. There's a lot of battling going on further down the grid. We're going to hop back up to Scudderissa because he's getting close to Simsy Danger. This is where there was contact last lap. Harry Blue's just overtaking Brumadini there I saw on the left. Fortunately, we missed that because this top 2 battle, we don't want to miss anything. Crazy Crumpet assuming a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. There's battling all the way down the grid. The gap's not increasing too much apart from Sonar and Spaghetti. Spaghetti, all of his work being lost after that contact with Brumadinho. That may be one for the stewards after the Grand Prix. Here comes Scooter Seb on the straight now. He's going to have to get a good exit. He's very close to Simsy Danger now. This is where we might see something as kick of oversteer from the Williams. Bit of rivalry going on in the comments section as well. Fretty overtaking Crazy Crumpet in the background. Scooter Seb very close to Simsy Danger. On the straight then. Simsy Danger jumping ahead slightly, and they're going to get very close, but not close enough for anything to happen with Scooter Seb. Scooter Seb still gaining. Simsy Danger still defending. And there goes Fretty on the inside of the Toro Rosso, and he's going to make the overtake there. And Yompa hitting the barriers with a time penalty there. And here comes Scooter Seb on the straight once more. Will anything happen? We're going to ride on board to get a better judgment of the distances. Scooter Seb and Simsy Danger both receiving a bit of wheel spin on the exit, and that's going to send their back ends a bit wild. But on the straight, even with 207 miles per hour peaking there, just not finding anywhere to get through, and Paul James receiving a 3-second time penalty. Just can't find anywhere to get through thus far. Joseph Burns pulling into the pit lane. Already halfway through the Grand Prix. It's been an absolute thriller, and I think we've still got a lot more action to come. These two battling all race so far. Hopefully we can keep it going for the rest of the race. Scooter Seb trying to find somewhere down the inside of Simsy Danger into turn 8. Back on to through turn 10 onto the back straight. And nothing to happen. There's 22% of ERS for Scooter Seb to deploy, and it's running down very quickly, especially in overtake mode. He's got 6%, and he is out of ERS nearly there, and he's cut the corner there, so that's a 3-second time penalty undoubtedly. But will Simsy Danger get a time penalty, or has he already got a time penalty? We've yet to see. I cannot remember him getting one, but there might be, so that will come into play as well for the lead of the Grand Prix. Well, Scooter Seb getting very close to Simsy Danger there. Will we see anything here? The two drivers relentless in battling, both of them producing great work. But here comes Scooter Seb down the inside towards the hairpin. There he goes. They're both going to break, and it looks like Scooter Seb has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. Although Simsy Danger is not going to give that one up too easy. Scooter Seb, I believe, will have DRS, so not receiving a 3-second time penalty, because I think Scooter Seb was behind in the DRS zone. Yeah, he was, but that doesn't mean he can get ahead. And there they go, side by side towards turn 13. Oh, and it looks like Scooter Seb's going to defend for now. But now Simsy Danger has 3-second time penalty. There's a yellow flag somewhere on the track. Unfortunately, we have to ignore whatever happened there, because that is a wonderful move by Scooter Seb. and clean racing from both of the drivers. Good work. Providing excellent fun, and now Since Danger receiving a 3-second time penalty, so I believe that balances the tables out for the end of the Grand Prix, and we can look forward to just some pure racing. So Sims Danger getting a kick of wheel spin there, can crawl back or reclaim first position, the top step on the podium, because he's of course not giving up on first position that easy. You can see just how close he is to Scooter SF on the main straight. We're going to see him come back round and open up the throttle and hopefully open up the DRS. He's running low on fuel, he's probably got it in rich mix, that's why. Gonna watch him go through down the inside. 3-second time penalty for Brumadinho, and there goes Scooter SF into the pit lane. So that is Sims Danger staying out in the pits, trying to hope the overtake, and there you can see him celebrating. He's doing so well. Both of those drivers performing excellently this evening. Good matches, and yeah, you can see him just the victory jiggle along the straight, and quite well deserved. Now if he can perform the overcut on Scooter SF, then we shall see, because Scooter SF goes onto the Ultra Softs. And Sims Danger is on the Super Soft, so will Sims Danger be taking them to the end? I don't know, there's only 15 laps to go. And now we can look at battles further down the grid, like Sonar and Brumadinho, although I think... no, Brumadinho is still there, Joseph Burns going a crazy cover, but Brumadinho losing time to Sonar, I think. Joseph Burns getting very close to Crazy Combat. The sister teams battling. A good rivalry going on. There goes Crazy Combat getting overtaken there by the Red Bull of Joseph Burns. Now Spaghetti Chips is in Joseph Burns' sight. Or not actually sight, but in his sights, rather. We can look forward to see if he can gain on that, or Spaghetti Chips can pull away and crawl back from that earlier collision with Brumadinho. Of course, I don't think his vehicle was too heavily damaged, and yes, Brumadinho has had a front wing change since the incident. Crazy Crumbit. Now we've finally reached a lull in the racing at long last, and that's a 3-second time penalty for Brumadinho. That's a front wing change as well for the Toro Rosso, and he's gone on to the pink walled Ultra Softs, and he's disappeared. Bit of a strange glitch there, I think. But he's going to come out right behind Paul James, it looks like. No, Paul James is going to stay just behind him. Yompa pitting there. And now we can look forward to the two drivers battling again, and Wilschreiber gaining on, being overtaken by, oh no, Dropia and Wilschreiber being overtaken by Scooter SF. Now, will Simsy Danger pit, or will he go to the end of the Grand Prix? Or will Scooter SF go to the end of the Grand Prix? I have no idea what the tyre life around this track was. I haven't really been concentrating on it, because I haven't had the opportunity in real life, during the racing, rather. Yeah, this isn't racing you get in real life, is it? So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and share the racing. Also, if you want to know who I am, I'm Barless. You can find me on YouTube. Just search me up and subscribe. But further down the go, Spaghetti Chips is gaining on Fretty, the other Haas. It's getting quite close. He's almost back up into his original 8th position from earlier before the crash. Brumadinho with another 3-second time penalty. Spaghetti Chips is gaining quite rapidly there. Simply Danger pulling into the pit lane, and that means Scooter Seb is going to be ahead. By how much I don't quite know, but Fretty is locking up there, and it looks like it might be a DRS overtake. Quite simple here for the Toro Rosso. We'll have to wait and see though. And Simply Danger is going to come out only 2 and a bit seconds behind Scooter Seb, so that battle is definitely not over. As the old saying goes, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And the fat lady has definitely not sung yet, although it looks like Simply Danger is falling a bit behind Scooter Seb. Scooter Seb on the ultra soft purple wool tyres. And those tyres might last longer at the end because they're both on ultra softs. So Simply Danger might find some later pace on Scooter Seb if the tyres drop off rapidly towards the end of their stint. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But for now, Scooter Seb is rapidly increasing the gap between himself and Simply Danger. That's almost half a second within that lap. We're already on lap 24 of 35. About 12 laps to go here. 12 laps more of drum. Now Simply Danger is beginning to crawl back some time after he's warmed up those tyres and can really find some pace. The Spaghetti Chips gaining on Fretty. He's got the DRS. He's got the not using his ERS. He's going to go down the inside in towards turn 13, and it looks like the overtake's been made. Though there goes Fretty on the switchback. Very risky going into the Wall of Champions turn there to kind of carry out that manoeuvre. Now Simply Danger is gaining on Scooter Seb. Spaghetti Chips then going over the barrier, nearly colliding with Fretty. These two racing quite well now. I don't think Spaghetti Chips can afford to get into another collision. So he's going to be a bit more careful, I think, about this. Or he may just go full throttle for it and really try and make up some positions now, because he's doing quite well considering how poor he had in how poor his qualifying went. Poorly, rather. But Simply Danger receiving another 3-second time penalty. So will that affect the end results, or has Scooter Seb already got a time penalty? Multiple time penalties. It's all panning out here. Three-second time penalty there from Dropia. Or for Dropia rather, not really from him. It's not giving out 3-second time penalties to whoever he feels like. But anyway, yeah, Simply Danger staying around about 2 seconds behind Scooter Seb. As I say that, he is gaining quite rapidly. Gonna have to get towards this battle soon. For now, Spaghetti Chips gaining. Although I'm gonna hop back up because it looks like Simply Danger is gaining quite rapidly. He can see Scooter Seb. Just will he be able to overtake him and increase that gap to 3 seconds before the end of the Grand Prix? Both Sonar and Paul James in the pit lane. Comes the Ferrari and the Williams across the line to give us just 10 laps left of the Grand Prix. What a race so far. What an absolute race. Alright then, Simply Danger not really gaining. I wasn't even on the correct person. Simply Danger not really gaining on losing on Scooter Seb for now. So yeah, we have finally reached that lull I was looking for. And we can sit back and relax for a bit. Harry B's receiving the 3-second time penalty there. So I think he's relatively safe so far in his position of third. Definitely he's no threat to Simply Danger for now. Simply Danger though almost, yeah, within a second, so he's in DRS range of Scooter Seb. He's going to have the DRS, I believe, on the straight. No, he's not actually. But he is gaining on Scooter Seb. Will he be able to gain enough and make enough? Lap 27 of 35 here. Harry B's finally pitting again, I think. Simsy Danger just not being able to get quite close enough to him. Simsy Danger having another 3-second time penalty there. And this is Spaghetti Chips gaining on Fretty. It's unfortunate, so even if Simsy Danger manages to make the overtake, don't think he'll be able to have it, as there goes Spaghetti Chips down the inside. I thought they'd spun around there. Fretty defending very well from the Toro Rosso. Paul James receiving another 3-second time penalty there. These two battling their hearts out. Yellow flags in sector 2 and sector 3. Paul James is out of the session. Not sure where he crashed. But further up the grid, you can see Simsy Danger finally gaining on Scooter Seb. This is what it all boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. Since the race, you can see Spaghetti Chips about to overtake Fretty, I think. But that is not the battle we are looking at now. This is the battle for the lead of the Grand Prix. Spaghetti Chips finally making up that position, up into his original 8th position from earlier. And he can only go forward from there, but although Fretty is defending quite well. They're on the straight. I don't want to miss Simsy Danger and Scooter Seb, but this is such close battling. They're going to go for the switch track. There's contact. And there goes the Haas into the barrier, and that's front wing damage. Humongous front wing damage for that Haas. And Spaghetti Chips has had some contact. That may be one for the stewards. Not too sure what happened there. Camera angle didn't really help us. But that's very unfortunate. Yeah, the yellow flags came out. And that's another time penalty for the Toro Rosso of Crazy Crumpet. Wow, just what a race. And now these drivers are going to have to be careful of the debris on the exit of the final turn, turn 14. They're going to be side by side though. And yeah, I think you should be able to see the debris, although it has been cleared quite clearly by the stewards there. A bit strange, unless I just missed it. But anyway, Simsy Danger giving pressure to Scooter Seb. I can almost feel it. Almost 5 laps to go as well, so if he's going to make an overtake, he's going to have to do it soon, Simsy. At least he stayed out of the barriers this Grand Prix, which probably because it's not such a tight circuit, and last week also the game that was a bit of a weird one. Harry Bleasler's gaining on Joseph Burns, and Harry Bleasler sets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 10.7. But Simsy Danger getting quite close to Scooter Seb on the back straight. We might see something here. Right on board with the Ferrari. Paul James leaving the session. Not sure what happened to him. It was clearly a crash of some sort. I don't know what, but here he comes. Simsy Danger rocketing up to the back of Scooter Seb. Maybe going for a switchback maneuver on the exit. No, he's just not finding any traction for the exit. Fretty dropping down to the back now, pitting, of course. Losing his complete front wing. Now into turn 1, could we see something? No. Turn 2, no, definitely not. Now towards turn 3, we might see something. On the exit of turn 2 though, they're staying about the same distance. I don't think Simsy will risk it into turn 3 or turn 4, but he's getting close into the next section. There's yellow flags in sector 1, and that's Fretty out of the session. I think he's crashed on the exit of the pit lane. But here comes Simsy Danger on Scooter Seb. Here we go, side by side towards the next chicane, and Simsy Danger has taken the lead back of the Grand Prix, although time penalties may be involved if Simsy Danger can increase that gap. There's yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. Simsy Danger still defending his position, and it looks like that may be kept. Now Scooter Seb has DRS available to him. They're both going to go past Yompa. Blue flags there, nearly contact between Yompa and the Williams. That would have been devastating. Here they come. 5 laps to go. Scooter Seb receiving a 3-second time penalty. That may even it out a bit, but they're close. They're very close indeed. Very good racing from these two. The battled straight from the start of the Grand Prix to the end. Fair driving, safe driving. Nice camera angle here from the helicopter. See the sky is becoming a bit overcast. Hopefully that won't result in rain, or maybe hopefully it will result in rain for the last few laps, but I don't think that will affect it too much. Drivers might have to be a bit careful there if the conditions get a bit too greasy. It's looking quite sunny out in some pits of the track, so I don't think they've got much to worry about there, although Joseph Burns doing another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Scooter A is gaining on Simsy Danger, but I think Simsy Danger is relatively safe now. If Scooter A Seb can keep it clean for the next few laps towards the end of the Grand Prix, he may even have Simsy Danger because of time penalties. We'll have to see. Yompa receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Scooter A Seb being relentless, and there he goes down the inside. Let's forget Simsy Danger rather. There, no, just nothing to be gained there, but he's getting very close. Trying to find something on the exit, almost did actually. Very good driving from these two. Simsy Danger receiving another 3-second time penalty. So if Scooter A Seb can stay close enough behind, I think Scooter A Seb may even have the may even be able to keep his lead up, get the lead of the Grand Prix. Yeah, last 3 laps of the Grand Prix coming right up on a Formula 1 platter. But Spaghetti Chips is gaining on Brumadinho. Hope there's no collision like there was earlier between these two drivers. And there goes Spaghetti Chips down the inside in towards turn 10, and it looks like he's got that overtake done and dusted, unless Brumadinho can claw it back. I don't think Brumadinho is going to get anything from that. No, and now we can hop back up to Scooter A Seb. We can see quite a nice exhaust camera here. See the car bouncing all along the road. The gap's still half a second, so these two drivers very... Scooter A Seb pretty much has this race in the bag, I think, unless there's some penalties I missed from him. In which case we're going to have to be quite wary of how the race pans out, especially in these final few stages with only 2 laps left to go. Sonora receiving a 3-second time penalty there. Only 11 runners left in the race. So that's something that Spaghetti Chips now gaining on Joseph Burns. So Spaghetti Chips really working up at the end of this race. Those Ultra Softs may be a bit faster than the Super Softs. Those Super Softs are a bit older, and that's Spaghetti Chips forcing the Red Bull kind of wide. But up at the top, I thought I was about to miss some action between Scooter A Seb and Simsy Danger, but Joseph Burns did just get overtaken by Brumadinho. Whew, I nearly had a mini heart attack there. 3-second time penalty there for Harry Blues. Wish about there having a 3-second time penalty, I think there. Sure would say there one more time. Scooter A Seb finally losing time on Simsy Danger. Maybe his tyres just dropping off, but this is the final lap of the race. Crazy Comfort receiving a 3-second time penalty there, and I think his tyres are dropping off ever so slightly now, and Simsy Danger might try and increase the gap, but I don't think he's going to increase it by more than a few seconds at most on the final lap of the Grand Prix. It's quite a question who will finish first out of these two drivers. Joseph Burns gaining on Brumadinho, but this is the man who's won, who's about to cross the line first, not necessarily win. Insta flag hasn't been brought out a lap early, but anyway, coming down the back straight, he's definitely increasing that gap between himself and the Williams. Joseph Burns receiving a 3-second time penalty on the final lap, but here comes Simsy Danger to cross the line for the last time this evening. There he goes, finishing the Grand Prix, and he's going to finish in first position, but Scooter Seb, as I suspected, has won the Grand Prix due to time penalties. Now here comes Dropia to finish third on the podium. So Scooter Seb has won the Grand Prix. Absolutely excellent race between those two drivers. Now Wolsterberg, coming through the final chicane, is going to finish fourth, just missing out on the podium positions. I say just, it's 10 seconds, a bit of a cheeky wiggle going on there. And now Harry Blues next to cross the line. Yompa setting the fastest lap of the race there with a 1 minute 10:17. Now Spaghetti Chips, those two battling, and there goes Brumadinho into the barrier on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Extremely unfortunate. At least he's safe from Crazy Combat. I think that was contact between Joseph Burns and him there. Unfortunate. And this is the second last driver to finish the race, the Toro Rosso of Crazy Crumpet. You can see a bit of the front wing of Brumadinho there. Brumadinho not having a brilliant race this evening. Finally, the Red Bull of Sonar crossing the line. 3-second time penalty. We're going across, and there he is, finishing the Grand Prix. What a race. Excellent racing across the whole grid. Kept me talking the whole race. Unfortunately, Stuart couldn't join us. But anyway, that is a podium well worth seeing, and a well-deserved win from the Williams driver of Scooter Seb. Since then, she's doing well to keep up, and drop here just fortunately rather, getting on the top, getting on the podium with them. In third position, those two had a race of their own though. Had a very good one at that. And yes, I've leveled up from commentating that race. Yeah, so since injured, 15 seconds worth of time penalties. So that's why he was quite far behind. So the finishing order is Scooter Seb, followed by Simsy Danger, Dropia, Wolsterbert, Spaghetti Chips, Harry Blues, Joseph Burns, Brumadinho, Crazy Crumpet, Sonar, and Yompa rounding off the grid. Brilliant race there. Yompa did get the fastest lap of the race just about on the final lap. And what an exciting race and enjoyable race. Everyone receiving some penalties around there. Spaghetti Chips actually having the cleanest race of them all. And doing very well to move up from the near back of the grid to 5th position, especially with that collision. Oh. And there you can see Wall of Champions. What a Grand Prix. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the race tonight. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Great racing between the top two, and I think we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also, if you want to, subscribe to my channel, Barless. Anyway, yeah, what a race. Leave a like, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.